I want to pick up a couple of things on the game on Tuesday and on Saturday. First of all, just the players' conditioning and fitness. It was really noticeable that the players in general keep going, but on Saturday we had Hamilton just kept going. A lot of people are talking about Lasse Sorensen from Tuesday night. Is it a case that you buy players or recruit players with that in mind? Is it that conditioning has improved a lot of late? It feels like conditioning your players, maybe there's been something of a revolution in the recent years.
We really discussed, tried to find some evidence and some information to back it up, trying to recruit some athletic players, trying to bump the athleticism up in the group in the summer. I think it's obvious for everybody to see there's some really athletic lads in the group. We've got a brilliant sports science department, some top people who have built that conditioning and robustness in the players. But most of that really, it's a mental application, and I think Tuesday night especially, or both games, but Tuesday night especially, the lads were willing to keep running. Some of the running was very useful, but some of it was like a thankless task where they turn water into wine. So they've got the attributes, the physicality, but it's the mental application I think has been the most impressive, because they would have been feeling it. Lasse looked dead on his feet on 70 minutes and then he's still sprinting in the 82nd. So their attitude complements their physical makeup, and the stats are phenomenal. So from the Burton physical output to Tuesday night, it's 8,000 metres more from the group, which is like playing with an extra player from Burton, pretty much. So the physicality is there, the conditioning work is consistent through the week and delivered brilliantly by the sports science staff, but the mental side of it is the difference.
So does it frustrate that some narrative out of the game is Lincoln are this big physical team? Look, you have lots of players over 6 foot, there's no secret to that, is there? But you also scored a goal that had innumerable passes. You're not just a one-trick pony, are you?
Not at all. We had 22 shots on goal on Tuesday night. 11 of those were in the first half, when we dominated the ball and dominated territory against a side that always dominate the ball. So we were a threat with our in-possession stuff, and then we were a threat with our physicality in the second half, where we sprung on them loads, and that's probably the more exciting bits for the supporters and for the group, because it's had a nice flow to it and was really aggressive. But we're miles more than a physical side. We've got a good physical makeup to us. We've got athleticism, power throughout the group. But the players have proven, especially in the last 2 games, they can handle the football, they can have confidence, bravery, and the second goal will be watched by a lot of people right around the football world. But I think that there's a lot of threat to our team, different types of threat. The set pieces, we're continuing to discuss how can we improve it. We scored from our long throw at Fleetwood, and we'll be trying to improve on the corners and wide free kicks. There's a few little clever ones Tuesday night people would have seen, and we'll keep trying to be better and better. But this group's got the capabilities, technically and physically, to carry plenty of threat.
The other thing that really stood out, certainly for me, was the story around hacks. It's well documented what's happened, not in the team photo, all that sort of stuff. But is it a nice life lesson, forget about football, that actually if you can keep believing in yourself, I'm not saying other people won't help you, but keep believing in yourself, things can turn around? Yeah,
absolutely. It's an industry of proving people wrong constantly. There's so many footballers out there after your jobs, and the players will be in and out of the side, and it's the nature of the beast. But the players that can have that mentality of never giving up, even when it's a really low point, they will have longevity in their careers. Like, he's carried himself with absolute class throughout, Hakib. And I think the club, even though he wasn't getting the playing time he would have wanted, the club have been good with hacks, and hopefully he feels that as well. But it's a brilliant story, yeah. And he was sparkling on Tuesday night. We played him in a different role. Gave him freedom, because he's a bag of tricks, a creative footballer, so we tried to create those opportunities for him. But his first goal is sensational. Like, if that's at the top level, that is spoken about and on every TV show going. So talented player, brilliant bloke, and he's got an opportunity now to try and stay in the team and fight off some of the other forwards that are coming back into the fray.
I get asked a lot of questions at the moment about Lincoln City. You can guess some of them, but a lot of them is about the injury situation with players. Just first of all, Adam Jackson, he looked like he picked up a knock towards the end of the game. Is he okay for the weekend?
We think he will be. We're confident he will be. He took a bang on the hip. He was brilliant. Everybody in their defensive responsibilities have been fantastic, and that's what's built the foundation for the 2 performances. Jacko, the bit I've been most pleased about for Adam Jackson is he's shown his stuff with the ball. He's very capable technically, and we've given him a role in the build-up, and even when we're in their half, an important role to anchor it. But you can see how he has real care in how he passes the ball. He spots passes, plays them well, but he's got a big part to play at this football club. And hopefully he's going to be fine for Saturday.
And just some clarity on perhaps the long-term injuries. I'm not expecting you to tell me the exact week that players are back, but Tyler and Ben, are you hoping to have them back before Christmas, before the end of the season? What's the sort of timeline on those two?
Yeah, Ben will be a longer term. Ben's had an operation, and he's in very capable hands with
So
Kit.
is that next season on a longer term?
Not that long. So hopefully on the turn of the year we'll start to see him in and around the grass. Tyler will be sooner. Tyler, we've got to get him back out on the grass, but ready to show robustness and be able to get a string of games together and get his flow going, because we know how talented Tyler is and what he can give the group. That's looking more promising. It's not going to be tomorrow, but it's coming, and he's putting so much effort in the gym. You can see every day he's getting himself in the best physical condition, ready for his return to training, which is just around the corner. So that's going to be a big boost for everybody.
I have to remember everyone else. Rico, you were hoping for a bit more news. I think he'd had a scan, but feeling that maybe the hamstring's going to be a bit longer than you'd like.
We feared the worst probably the day after the game, so it's not as bad as it could have been. It's a medium-term injury, probably the best term for it, but he will be out for a little period. And again, he's in good hands, and his mentality means he'll come back in a good place.
And then the final one is Teddy. What's the situation with him?
Teddy will be hopefully training tomorrow, and then it's just how many minutes, what that looks like. We know what Teddy Bishop can provide to this group, and his talent and ability, and he can drive the group on with his endeavour and energy on the ball, and he dribbles and drives, and he'll be a good weapon for us, and hopefully he'll be available for the trip down to the southwest.
It's a week since you've taking control. Clearly Saturday and Tuesday have been fantastic, but how's the general experience been?
Magnificent. I love coaching players, I love trying to help players, I love trying to create an environment. In a week you can't affect everything, but we've tried to do things a certain way and tweak little bits here and there, nothing major, not tried to reinvent the wheel, but tried to give players an edge and a spring in their step. The thing we've really focused on is the in-possession stuff. I think that's been rewarding for everybody, seeing some of the bits roll out, especially the goal. But I've loved every minute of it. I love this football club, love working here, love working with players, love setting a team up. So this is a dream come true of a week, and comes with certain pressures and your own pressure on yourself to do it well. But I've loved it, and the people around myself and with myself on the staff side have been fantastic in the support of me, the club and the players. So it's been great.
So this is your chance to bat me off, but are you interested in the job?
I love coaching players, Michael. I want to progress in my own career. I want to be a head coach one day, and all I'm going to keep doing in the short term is planning every day and the next few days with the best sort of clear plan in my head to help the players. We've had 2 game plans for 2 different games, and they've worked, and the players have executed it brilliantly, and there'll be another one for Exeter, again without trying to overcomplicate it, just going there with simple ideas in a head. But my own situation, just want to do the best I can for the football club and the players every single waking hour, and then we'll see where we go from there.
And the situation with Chris Cohen, I appreciate this might be more of a Jez question than yourself, but we haven't seen him so far. I know he's, in terms of on the bench, I know he's been around, but is it still a case of trying to resolve his personal circumstances, I think, with Southampton?
I'm unsure on that side of it. All I know is another young coach. He's a talented man who loves helping players and helping the team, and he's in the same situation as me, where we're just attacking every single day. He's been magnificent with the players and around the building, like part of the furniture really.
So he has been coaching in that.
He's coached the players, yeah, and he's been around the games. He's been he likes to watch it from up in the stand, get a different viewpoint. So that's been refreshing. Perhaps a little yard back from the emotion of the dugout now and again. So he's been great, and yeah, a breath of fresh air for everybody around the building.
In terms of the game, we finally got there after 9 minutes. My fault. But Exeter have clearly not been on a great run of late.
I thought they were one of the most impressive teams we played last year. I thought they were really well coached. It didn't surprise me when they started so well this year, and they're right at the top end of it. They play an exciting, expansive brand of football. if you look at their expected goals, whether people believe in that or not, like they're right up there. So the results might not be fair and just. So we know we've got a tough game, and they're on a bad run. They'll be trying to rectify any issues, and they'll come out fighting. But these are a good side. Like they've lost a centre forward who was massive for them in the transfer window, but they'll be trying to find their way of carrying a threat. We've got a tough game. We know we're in for a tough game. We've put so much into the last two. Going back to back is very difficult. I think there's two teams that have won the last two games in our division. So can we go 3 in a row is a big task, but one that the players are really motivated for, and the staff the same. And I know the supporters will attempt to drag us over the line the best they can on Saturday.
Yeah, and it is a big ask of the supporters, isn't it? I don't know who does the fixtures, but the idea of back-to-back Saturdays at Fleetwood and Exeter is a lot to ask of supporters, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, and the way the world is at the minute, so that whoever can make the journey, like we massively appreciate the backing, and the noise that the away fans make is always brilliant, that the players are appreciative of that, and we will endeavour to give them something to get behind, like we did in the last two fixtures. So when we look forward to seeing everybody down there, and we'll try our best to put on a show.